Hey there, my fellow anglers, friends and fishing fanatics. Your old pal is back with another crucial forecast to help you land that dream catch. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing conditions across the vast USA for January 13th, 2026. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be a true winter puzzle, with conditions that will challenge the patient but reward the prepared. So grab your coffee, settle in, because we're about to uncover why this particular Tuesday holds some interesting surprises for us on the water. Let's talk about what's biting and how to outsmart them. First up, for my freshwater friends, let's talk about walleye. In those colder regions, walleye will be holding tight to deeper holes, especially around rocky bottoms and along river channels. Why there? The frigid water drastically slows their metabolism, so they're conserving energy in more stable, slightly warmer zones. My experience tells me you need to slow way down. Think soft plastics or live minnows on a jig, worked with a painstakingly slow hop and glide retrieve. The key is to practically offer the bait right on their nose. Focus on dawn and dusk or overcast days, as these low-light conditions often trigger their feeding windows. Next, let's get into your Crappie youre, a fantastic winter target, especially in the eastern and southern half of the country. They love cooler temperatures, but they'll be concentrated. Look for them suspending near submerged brush piles, timber, or bridge pilings in deeper water, often between 10 and 20 feet. They're seeking thermal refuge and cover. A tiny jig, maybe a 1/32 or 1/16 ounce, tipped with a small minnow or a soft plastic, presented under a bobber with a very slow fall, is often irresistible. Remember, they can be super finicky this time of year, so experiment with depth until you find that sweet spot. For those who love the fight, trout, including rainbow, brown, and lake trout, are excellent winter prospects. These cold water warriors are genetically wired for the chill, maintaining a good level of activity. In rivers and streams, target deeper pools, eddies, and areas with slower currents where they can conserve energy. Small spinners, spoons, or even natural baits like worms or salmon eggs can work wonders. If you're ice fishing for lake trout, jigging with heavier spoons or swim baits near main lake points or deep underwater structures, usually in 40 to 80 feet of water, will be your best bet. And for my saltwater enthusiasts down south, redfish can be a phenomenal winter catch. In the warmer inshore waters, estuaries and shallow flats along marshes and oyster beds of the southeast and Gulf Coast, redfish will school up in search of warmer water and easy meals. The reduced boat traffic means they're less spooky. Live shrimp or small crabs under a popping cork or soft plastic paddle tails on a light jig head, worked slowly across the bottom, are deadly. Focus on sunny afternoons when the shallow water warms up a degree or two. That can really turn on the bite. Now, let's break down the overall conditions that will influence our day on January 13th, 2026. Weather-wise, we're looking at a pretty typical winter picture across the USA. In the northern states, expect very cold temperatures, likely hovering below freezing, perhaps between 15 and 25 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a chance of light snow or freezing rain. In the central states, it will be a bit milder, with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 40s Fahrenheit. And down in the sunny southern regions like Florida and Texas, we're talking much more pleasant highs from 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Atmospheric pressure is generally expected to be relatively stable, perhaps slowly rising, which usually points to a more consistent, if somewhat slower, bite. Wind speeds will likely average between 6 and 12 miles per hour, but a brisk northern breeze can make it feel much colder and push fish into deeper, more protected areas. Water temperatures. Across most of the USA will be cold, In northern lakes and rivers, expect values in the low 40s Fahrenheit or even near freezing. In the warmer coastal areas, you might find water temperatures in the mid-70s Fahrenheit. In the southern states, shallow, sun-exposed areas could reach the 50s or low 60s. This cold water significantly slows down the fish's metabolism. They become less active and seek out deeper, more thermally stable environments. However, any slight rise in surface temperature due to a warm spell can bring an influx of oxygen and stimulate bait fish, which in turn activates predators. As for the still moon phase, January 13th, 2026, finds us in a waning crescent phase. The moon's illumination will be around 22 to 27% and decreasing as we head towards the new moon later in the week. Popular fishing lore often suggests that the waning crescent, especially just before the new moon, can bring a slower or more capricious bite. However, don't let that discourage you. Many experienced anglers, myself included, know that fish still have to eat. The moon will be in Scorpio, which some believe can influence fish activity in subtle ways, though scientific consensus varies. So, my friends, for January 13th, 2026, I'm giving the overall my fishing activity a rating of capricious but rewarding. The cold temperatures combined with the waning crescent moon mean the fish will likely be less aggressive overall. However, active species like walleye, crappie, trout, and redfish are still very catchable if you adapt your approach. The key will be patience, precision, and focusing on those deeper, more stable thermal zones or sunny, shallow spots down south. Remember, no matter where you're casting your line, stay safe, stay warm, and adapt to those conditions. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. Tight lines, everyone, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck out there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing spots and tactics?
I love hearing your stories and learning from your experiences. Until next time, friends, tight lines and good fishing.